Good afternoon, everyone. I am meteorologist Logan Poole here with the National Weather Service in Jackson, Mississippi, and we've got a severe weather briefing for the Arkansas region. Just to update everyone on the possibility for strong to severe storms overnight tonight, that's Thursday night, and into early Friday morning. So look at some highlights really quickly. Severe thunderstorms are possible tonight and into Friday morning. Damaging wind gusts, hail to golf balls, and a few tornadoes are going to be possible. Strong tornado can't be ruled out, and that's mainly going to be Highway 84 corridor, but particularly the Pine Belt. We will have the chance for some locally heavy rain, with the best chance of that in southeast Mississippi. Severe weather, again, possible. This is sort of the graphic we have with some timing on there. Beginning in the west, across some of the Delta counties and parishes, from around 1 a.m. to 4 a.m., the I-55 corridor between 3 and 6 in the morning, and then by 5 and then till mid-morning around 9, could be seeing some storms, strong to severe, in the eastern portions of Mississippi. You see the kind of the dividing line between our slight, which is our second grade or risk area, and the marginal, which is the first or the lower grade risk area, is in roughly the I-20 corridor. So if you're north of Interstate 20, you're probably in the marginal. If you're south or along the Interstate 20 corridor, in that slight area. And that's going to differentiate the zone between where we think there could be some hail that's a little bit larger, maybe even up to golf balls in that slight risk area, or even the possibility for some tornadoes in that slight risk area as well. If you are north of there, you're looking at thunderstorms, some gusty winds, maybe even up to 60 miles per hour, or and some hail. Mostly small hail in that marginal risk area across north central and northern portions of our area, but generally a lesser threat. But you could get some quarter-sized hail, and that's enough to do some damage to exposed surfaces like roofs and cars and things like that. So do understand that there is some risk there as well. So just to give you an idea of timing, what you're looking at here is an ensemble forecast, which means a bunch of computer models are put together, and this is kind of the average of them that spit out. And then the contours there, you see a 30 and a 10. That gives you an idea of where this ensemble forecast thinks we could see an inch or more of rain. So to start off at 1 a.m. Late tonight, early tomorrow morning, you see that the probabilities in the rain is kind of to our west. But as we go through time, 4 a.m., you see those blues and the contours start to creep in closer to the Mississippi River. By 7 a.m., roughly along the I-55 corridor. And then again by 10 a.m. exiting. So it sort of shows you an idea of where the rain may be as we head into late tonight and early on Friday. Forecast rainfall, you see most areas in that half-inch to inch and a half range. Highest totals, possibly the northern fringes of our forecast area across southeastern Arkansas and into north central Mississippi, and then a secondary area of higher totals down near the Pine Belt. One more look at that forecast rainfall, just to give you an idea of how those shake out and what those totals might be. And you see most areas looking at a half to an inch of rain, but there are some zones where we have a little bit higher expectation, where an inch to an inch and a half will be possible. So just be aware that we could have some locally heavy rain with those thunderstorms, and it could rain fairly heavily. Again, all of this is happening at night, so that's additional concern. Let me show you that graphic one more time. Again, not going to have sunrise until most of the area is already finished with their severe threat. So all this is an overnight thing, which is always an additional cause for concern, so be aware of that. Severe storms are possible across the area, with the best chance along and south of the Interstate 20 corridor. If you are in that slight risk area that you see depicted there along and south of the I-20 corridor, understand that the threats there will include some damaging wind gusts, hail up to golf ball size, and a few tornadoes. If you happen to be in the Pine Belt region, understand that some of those tornadoes, should they occur, could be strong. So we can't really rule that out yet. It's not the expectation, but it's a possibility, so be aware of that if you are in the Pine Belt area. If you're in that green, that marginal risk area, there could be a chance for an isolated severe storm or two. But do understand that most places will see thunderstorms. It's just that most of them in that green area are going to be on the lower end of intensity and not reach that severe criteria. But a few could produce some damaging wind gusts of 60 miles per hour and hail perhaps as large as quarters. So that's kind of the the bounding line there. So along and south of I-20, the corridor there is the higher risk area. And generally, as the further south and southeast you go, in our forecast area here that you see depicted there, the higher your chances for a strong to severe storm. So in summary, severe thunderstorms possible tonight and into Friday morning, damaging wind gusts, hail up to golf ball size, and a few tornadoes are going to be possible. And we can't rule out the chance for a strong tornado, particularly down in the Pine Belt. Locally heavy rainfall also possible, so look out for ponding along roadways and issues seeing, because if it rains heavy and it's dark, it's going to make it even harder to see. So be careful out there if you're commuting in the overnight. I appreciate you guys joining us today. Hopefully everything was presented in a way that you could digest and understand the threat tonight and into early Friday morning. And if you have any questions, comments, feedback, suggestions, all of the above, feel free to contact us, 601-936-2189, or of course you can email us or hit us up on the social media, and we'd be happy to answer your questions there too. Again, I really appreciate you guys joining me today, and I hope everyone has a great afternoon and evening and is prepared for the weather that we might see tonight.